Morning, unboxing time. I haven't done an unboxing for a little while. Actually, no, that's not true. I did do an unboxing, didn't I? I unboxed a camera, a Panasonic GH5. Very nice camera. I'm not filming this on the GH5. The reason is I'm in my garage. I'm kind of stuck in a corner, so I've had to attach a camera to a bracket clamp thing on a shelf. And I don't think the GH5, or rather I don't think the clamp is strong enough to support the GH5. So what I'm recording this on, if you're interested, why would you be interested? Well, of course you're interested. You're watching a video about camera equipment. If you're interested, yes, you are interested, start again. It's on a Canon GX7 and Mark II. And there is actually a video, if you want to look through my videos. Actually, I don't know why I'm pointing down, because it's not, I'm pointing down there. There's a link to it up there, or there's a link to it up there. Actually, there's no link up there. I always watch these videos on YouTube, and somebody says there's a link up there, and I say, I can't find a fucking link. So, and if you're anything like me, you won't be able to find the fucking link either. So, what am I doing today? I'm doing an unboxing. Now, the outer boxing, as I'm sure you know, during these coronavirus times, has already been removed and sprayed with bleach, and then I drank some bleach. No, I didn't drink some bleach. I'm not listening to President Trump. That numpty. There we are. There's a word for the VE Day celebrations. That numpty Trump. I'm not listening to that numpty Trump and injecting myself with disinfectant. What I did was sprayed the outer packaging with some bleach, removed the inner box, and the inner box is what I'm going to unbox right now, after that rather long preamble, and I do apologise. And it's a lens, yes, funnily enough, it's a lens for my Panasonic GH5 or even the Panasonic GX8. It's a micro 4/3 lens, and it is by Panasonic, and it is, oh look, a single-use plastic bag. Can you see that? Single-use plastic bag, and inside it's a lens hood. Oh, it does. Oh, nice, actually. Do you like that lens hood? Anyway, as a lens hood goes. What was that? What was that line by Saki? She was a good cook as cooks go, and as cooks go she went. A little bit of social history there, of course. Those were in the days when people had cooks. We don't have cooks these days. Well, I'm sure William and Harry. Is it William and Harry? No, it's not William and Harry, is it? God, what's his wife called? Kate. William and Kate. That's it. I'm sure William and Kate have got a cook. I don't have a cook. I am the cook in my family. Actually, lots of men are the cooks in their family. But this is rather getting off the subject. Anyway, that is a lens hood, and that is and probably an instruction booklet, which of course we leave in the packaging, then we throw it away, because like all good men, and I dare say some women, although I'm not quite sure about that. I know that men always throw the guidebooks away, but I'm sure women probably read them, because women are much more sensible than men. So there is more plastic. Oh, the excitement is almost too much to bear. And here is this. Do you notice this kind of stuff? You know, this kind of stuff. I suppose you'd call this a plastic bag, but it's like a plastic bag, but then on this side it's slightly thicker, and I presume it's plastic. I presume it's another byproduct of whales or oils, or wherever we get plastic from these days, or oil. Anyway, inside that odd looking piece of plastic is a lens, and it is, can't see. Well, I don't need to see, because I know what it is. It is the Panasonic Lumix 25mm f1.7. Yes, you see that? Look, see, there's a lens cap. There's a lens back. What do you call that? It's funny, isn't it? I made a number of videos lately, and I realised I don't seem to know the words for things. Is it because I'm 64? Is it because maybe I never did know the words? Now, this is an interesting thing. You get to a certain age and you realise you can no longer remember the words for things. Now, is that because you can't remember, i.e. you did know once, or is it because you never knew? This isn't a lens cap. This is a lens cap. This is a lens hood. But what is this called? This is what you put over the back of the lens, and the lens is both the glass but the whole item, which makes things confusing. Anyway, I'm going to take the cap off there so you can see the glass. Yes, we like to see the glass. I'm going to put the lens hood on. No, I can't seem to put the lens hood on. Why can't I put the lens hood on? This is probably the kind of situation where you ought to read the guidebook. I think, is it because there's something on there? Do you take that off? Isn't that weird? You know, oh yes, look, it's something that's screwed on. Now, I've never seen that before. It's neither a lens hood or a lens cap or a rear lens thingy. It's a black plastic ring, and I think maybe it's designed, I don't know what it's designed for. You know, I'm gonna have to read the instruction booklet, because for once in my life I want to learn something. Anyway, I've taken that off and I'm putting the lens hood on like that. It's very light. It's incredibly light. One thing you can't do on YouTube, you can show, you can describe, you can talk, you can explain, you can point. There we are, I'm pointing at the lens, but you can't show the weight. Yes, I could put it on a set of scales and that would show you the weight, but I can't show you how it feels in the hand. That's a nice phrase, isn't it? How it feels in the hand. Anyway, it feels very light in the hand. Now, I've watched other videos, so I'm just copying this information from other videos. It doesn't have image stabilization in this lens. I guess you'd use it generally on a camera that has in-body stabilization like the GH5 does and like the GX8 does. It's also not, or is it? I was going to say it's not weather sealed, but actually I don't know whether it's weather sealed or not. Yet I'm useless at these reviews. I don't know why anybody watches me. Don't say that, Julian, because even fewer people will watch your videos if you say that. It's either weather sealed or it's not weather sealed. Anyway, if you want to find out, just look at another unboxing of a Panasonic f1.7. David Thorpe. I sometimes watch his reviews. He's got a very nice voice, very soothing, calming sort of voice, particularly for these coronavirus days. Anyway, David Thorpe says says f1.7. Anyway, so I'm going to start doing that. I'm not going to say 1.7. I'm going to say the f1.7. Panasonic Lumix 25mm. 25mm, of course, as you will always know, as you know if you're interested in photography, is equivalent, and we always say this, isn't it, even though we don't use 35mm film, or well, actually that's not true. Professionals and keen amateurs and other people with lots of money, they will use full frame cameras. Used to use a full frame camera myself. I no longer use a full frame camera. I'm now using a micro four thirds camera, and the equivalent to a 25mm in a full frame camera is 50mm, and 50mm is regarded as a standard field of view of the eye. I'm not sure whether that's actually true, is it? But anyway, it is a kind of normal view, so it's a good compromise. It's not a wide, it's not a telly, it's in the middle. And when I first got into photography, when I was 18, and I worked in a bank, and I saved all my money, and I bought a Nikomat, which was a Nikon for people who couldn't afford a Nikon. It was a very nice camera, it was well built, it was quite heavy, and I had a 50mm Nikon f2 lens, and that was all I could afford for quite a number of years, and therefore that's what I used for my photography. After a little while, I bought a Soligord, whatever happened to them, 2x teleconverter, which was a pretty cheap, pretty naff piece of glass, if I'm honest, but it turned my 50mm lens into a medium telephoto 100mm f2 lens, and I took quite a lot of good pictures, isn't it? It's funny, if you've only got one camera and one lens, and then subsequently the equivalent of two lenses, that's all you can do. So you take photos with that and you learn how to compromise. Now, of course, we've all got, well, we haven't all got, that's a ridiculous thing to say, but now people have got zooms, or they've got different prime lenses, and they've got such a wide variety of focal lengths, and sometimes you think, what bloody lens am I supposed to put on the camera? Anyway, I have just bought this, and I'm sorry for this long-winded, rather tedious review that actually tells you very little about the lens. Well, no, actually, that's not true. I think it's told you quite a lot about the lens. It's told you that there is a black plastic, is that, would you say that was plastic? Well, how would you know? A black plastic ring that goes on the lens like that, and when you put it on, you can't put the lens hood on. Now, precisely why that is so, I suppose I'm going to have to read the guidebook to find out. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Please keep watching, please subscribe. I hope you're getting okay. I hope you're getting on okay during this difficult coronavirus pandemic. We're all looking forward to the day after tomorrow, which is Sunday the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th of May, is it? 9th of May? I don't know. When Boris is going to make an announcement. And we're so excited about that. Has he had another child? No, couldn't have had another child already, but who knows? Thanks for watching. Stick around and see you next time.